Welcome back to Velo News TV. I'm Jason Sumner coming to you one more time from the Tour of Missouri. Stage 7 wrapped up about an hour ago here in Kansas City. 71-mile circuit race. A barrage of attacks trying to unseat Dave Zabriskie from that overall lead, but his Garmin Slipstream team, they're up to the task. Zabriskie wins his first overall stage race title. As for the stage winner, big surprise there. Canadian Martin Gilbert delivers for Planet Energy. Man of the moment, Dave Zabriskie said his team's laid-back vibe helped keep pre-race jitters at bay. Task at hand turned 7 laps of a technical 10-mile circuit, pair of punchy hills and a handful of fast, sketchy corners. Breaks come and go all day, but all meet the same fate. Despite losing defending champ Christian Vande Velde and Super Domestique Will Frischkorn, Garmin poised on the front of the field. Most dangerous move 6-rider selection includes Saxo's Jason McCartney and the Sorensen, Nicky and Chris Anker, but as laps count down, Garmin gains friends. Cervelo test team working for Thor Hushovd. Michael Berry also in the 6-pack. Earlier, his Columbia team launched Marco Panatti to an intermediate sprint win and time bonus. That moved the Italian ahead of Tom Zerbel and into 3rd place. Last lap, and it's all together with Cervelo all over the front. Hushovd off and running, but the Norwegian comes up short. That leaves the spoils to Canadian Martin Gilbert. First non-Euro Pro win at Missouri since Toyota United's Ivan Dominguez snagged the final stage of the 2007 race. Canadians take the top 2 places. Andrew Pinfold's second, the first time Ouch cracked the top 5 all week. Great result for the Planet Energy team that's run by former Tour de France yellow jersey holder Steve Bauer. And finally, the final GC, Panatti jumps ahead of Zerbel, who suffered a similar fate at the Nature Valley Grand Prix and in Fitchburg. Both times he was knocked out of the top spot on the final day's criterium. Zabriskie, career stage race win number 1, due in large part to the work of his team.
It was kind of the same pattern as yesterday, you know, like some guys would get off and we just kind of grind them back, and we knew that we'd be able to keep it together today. I think just because the pattern was emerging the same way.
The sprint was on the first lap. We had, he had to get 1 second, and so once we got that, we could just race aggressively and try and animate the race.
Just came down to raw speed. He had Hincapie leading him out, and Hincapie had to put on the brakes to allow Panatti to go by, but we just couldn't compete.
The main thing was just to put Garmin under pressure, and maybe Larson could do something in the end if it got harder, but the course wasn't, it was pretty hard, but it wasn't hard enough to really, we thought it was going to be a lot harder course that would really sort things out, but as you saw, it was a field sprint.
I don't remember everything, but I used the momentum of his perfect lead out to be able to pass all the guy in front of me, so yeah, it was really nice.
I was pretty confident in the team. They looked really good, and I knew that Dave was really strong.
It feels like a big weight's been off my shoulders. Like the last few days, I thought we were going to pull it off, but you just don't really know until it's all in the bag. And yeah, I'm pretty emotional actually. Like it's a good feeling.
Now you can see more of that exclusive interview with Zabriskie this week on Velo Center. As for Garmin Slipstream, this has got to be considered the best week of their young racing career. The entire team, that is. They get 2 stage wins at the Vuelta a España, another win at the Tour of Britain, and now this. As for the Tour of Missouri, perhaps lacking a little bit of drama in the GC battle. That's what happens when you don't have any major mountains, but we saw some great sprint battles between Mark Cavendish and Thor Hushovd. Saw a real interesting day today, big crowds, and of course we saw Missouri Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder out all week campaigning for this race's return in 2010. We'll get that answer down the road. For now though, we'll sign off. Reporting for Velo News TV, I'm Jason Sumner.